that was amazing. Thank you so much, guys. It's wonderful to be here in Waxhaw, and that's a shitty way for me to come onto stage after following all of that. That's going to be hard to beat that. My name is Bill Selmatel. I want to thank all my friends and neighbors. I've got the first row, the second row, the third row. Not only that, are you guys over here? I've got people. I have a chiropractic issue. My back is really bad. And Dr. Ben in the back, raise your hand. He takes care of my body all the time. He's the only one that touches me besides my wife. Okay, that's good. And his office staff and neighbors showed up. I appreciate all your help. Thank you so much. So I want to talk about two things tonight. Two things that are really important to me. Well, one that's really important, how we can solve the problems of the world. I figured it out. I know, it sounds funny. Me? Really? The guy from Marshfield? Any people from Boston here? Don't say anything, not you. I know you're from Boston. Anyone else? Boston? Bueller? What's that?
Maine.
Maine don't count. We know that. No, we don't have Maine here. I'm sorry, you have to leave. Thank you for coming for Maine. I was part of Massachusetts before. We let you go one time. You ain't coming again. So I figured out, I had an epiphany in church the other day. So I got to back up a little bit. My wife and my son are here, which is always great. And I'm always afraid to look at my wife because I know I could be in trouble at any moment when your wife is in the audience. But it's always good. My wife and I go into church Sunday morning. She's dressed to the nines. She got a dress on. She got pantyhose on. She got her hair done. I look like I just washed the car. Okay? But I'm going. I go to church, I go to Mass because we're Catholic, and I'm sorry if that offends anybody in the room. And I think there's going to be another way to find more Catholics in here. And I figured another way to find out if there's more Catholics in here. Because when you walk up to people down south and you say, hey, anyone going to Mass? And people go, oh, bless your heart. No, we don't do that. So I figured, if the Pope put out a thing like in the Sting, remember the Sting? When you found someone in your tribe, you just kind of go like this. So when you pass by a Catholic now, you just go, oh, okay, we're in our tribe, we're good. But that's okay. So we're heading to Mass. And the first thing my wife says to me, she says, I think my pantyhose are going to fall down. You know, I married her in 1860. Okay? And it never fails that she'll come out with statements that are perplexing. So inside voice, Bill says, don't say anything. But usually my mouth is way ahead of my brain. So I paused in the driveway. We get 20 minutes to get to Mass. And in Mass, I get my best sleep. By the way, okay, God, I'm here. Go to town. Oh, good Jesus, I'm sorry. So she said, so now I go, well, do you need to go back and get other pantyhose? I don't know anything, by the way, I don't know anything about pantyhose. Well, I wore them one time, but I needed a ride, okay? That was different. I needed a ride that day. Don't laugh, you bitch. I saw you that day, too. But anyways, so she says, no, we have to go. But my pantyhose might fall down. I go, I can't help you with that. I said, well, can't you pull them up? She goes, ladies don't pull up things. I thought about it. Yeah, you'll never see a woman like pulling things to the left, to the right. Guys, don't get too excited. It's not down here. But sometimes, I know I'm Irish, okay. Pull it up here. But women don't adjust any material until they're in the ladies' room. In the ladies' room, there's a whole other world going on there. Oh my God, they let out sounds and sights because they hold it all day long. So if you ever walk by a ladies' room, it's not like a haunted mansion in there. It's scary. So now, I said, okay, so your pantyhose will fall down. You can't get another bigger size? She goes, women's bodies change as we get old. And inside Bill goes, no shit. And outside Bill goes, no, honey, it's just the same as it was in 1860. It was. And she goes, no, we'll go to Mass. Okay. Now, during Mass, and again, if you're not a Catholic and you want to come to Mass, please come to Mass. But this trick plays. Because you'll come into Mass, you'll kneel, you'll sit, you rise, you kneel, you sit, you rise, you up, you down, you left, you right. And we'll spot you Protestants anywhere. If you're not in us, we'll find you right away. And we have trick plays. Sometimes we're going to do the half up and down. Gotcha. Yeah, you Protestants, get in here. How's that Reformation working out? We'll straighten this right out. So, I've only had 2 epiphanies in my life, I think. I might have had a seizure, I don't know. But I had an epiphany. During the sermon, when the priest says, sit down and relax, it was like, oh, if I can only take out my phone, I can see what the spread is for the game today. But no, I sit back, and I'm thinking, okay, what are we doing later on? And then it hit me. All the world's problems can be solved. I was like, wow, God put down his light. The light bulb hit, and then the angels, the archangels, what do they call them? Archangels. Oh my God. Well, I'm going to back up just a little bit. By the way, when you get into church and the singing, I mentioned this before, the singing in church, please don't sing. You guys can't sing. I can't sing. God doesn't want to hear you sing. He's waiting for the Panthers game at 1-2. Get out. Go sing. Get out. So we get into the pew. There's a guy there. So we get in the pew because we're late. We're up front. Nobody even wants to be near the altar because that's where all, God is there. And if you're at the back, you can swim out early. So now we're in the front. It's like, man. So we get up. The priest is coming along. And again, these are all true stories. You can't make this stuff up. I'm not that smart. Trust me. My wife will tell you. So the priest comes by, and they will start singing. My wife, she does have a nice voice. She does. I'll give her credit for that. So the hymnal comes over, not from my wife, but from the gentleman next to me. And I went, oh no, push that thing away, young man. We're not singing. He kind of give you that look like, you don't sing? I go, I'm from the north. We don't sing now. We don't sing. That's not what we do here. It's not good for us to sing. Let's go.
No singing in church.
No singing in church. There you go. I love that, my brother. So now, I'm sitting in there. I figured it out. I've got the recipe to make the world safer. We have so much conflict between Republicans, Democrats, communists, liberals. I figured it out. I am bursting. I want to go out and shout it from the rooftops, but I'm stuck in church. So we leave. And my wife said, what are you so happy about? You're never happy when you leave church. I'm happy when it's a 32-minute mass and we get out. That's good. So we get home. She goes, what are you happy about? I figured it out. It's the GGS way of looking at life. She goes, what does GGS mean? I said, GGS. Don't you understand what GGS is? She goes, no. I said, all the problems will be solved. If we can go back in time, a much simpler time, when women were garters, girdles, and stockings, the world was better. No more pantyhose, no more Spanx. Everyone in the 40s and 50s was great. They're all wearing garters, girdles, and stockings. It was great. But nowadays, no, everyone's wearing nothing. Everyone's wearing like invisible clothing. It's like, could you put on clothing when you go outside? It's hard. So we need to go back to the old days when life will be much simpler. That's what I figured is the best way to do this. Now think about that. I'm going to sign a petition when you leave this place today. We can get this as a grassroots thing to get this going, to make a new beginning. Because no one was really angry in the 40s and 50s. We just didn't want the Russians coming. But now everyone's coming after us. So anyway, think about it. And I'm going to tell you a quick story. When I retired, I became a yoga instructor. And that was 180 from what I used to do in life. And my wife said to me, you're going to do what? I said, yeah, I'm going to do a yoga instructor. And before I did that, I took yoga and I fell in love with it. And I used to do yoga at the beach. We lived up in Marshfield in a beach community. And I'd go down, just as the sun was coming up, practice a few moves. This is great. And I met a lady who I saw in yoga school, not in school, in the yoga classes. And she was about our age, my age. And she goes, yeah, you go to yoga school. I said, yeah, I'm doing it in about 2 weeks. She goes, well, let me see some of your moves. So I'm showing her some of the warrior positions and all the other things. She goes, so I'm coming in. Guys, you know warrior 2, so I'm going to do my warrior 2 move. This is something like that. And she goes, you're doing it all wrong. I go, oh, another woman to tell me what I'm doing wrong in life. That's okay. So now she says, I'm going to show you what to do. I go, okay. So I get in my warrior two position. I got my arms, I'm facing the ocean. I'm looking out at the ocean and I'm thinking, I remember movies here where there's surf and people are rolling around. Is that From Here to Eternity? Because men's minds are always flashing around everywhere. We're flashing 1,000 things a minute. And I go, from here to eternity, I could be rolling around in the ocean with this woman. It's a bad idea. So I don't want to think that. I'm thinking, I say, this is good. So I figure she's going to mirror me and show me what to do. And all the people who come to my yoga classes know, for the most part, I close my eyes when I'm doing yoga. So I'm in my warrior two position. My eyes are closed. And all of a sudden, I look up, I look over, and there's nobody there. There's a woman who we call leopard bathing suit. She's on her knees in front of me. She has her hands on my hips. I feel like I'm being touched by a priest. This is not good. Okay? I need an adult here. I don't like being touched. Well, possibly like being touched there. And again, this is pure honest. She's being really, really just trying to help me. She's adjusting me. Not the right way, but she's adjusting me. And I'm going, oh my God. And I'm in a position and I'm frozen in fear. Because in the back of my head, I can feel this burning. My wife and the neighbor are on the top of the dunes watching me. And this woman is right here. I was hoping for an aneurysm. I was hoping for a heart attack. I was hoping to die a death, a noble death. I just can't. How am I going to faint? How do you talk your way out of this? I had no way. I fell into her. I'm sorry. I couldn't help this. So to my wife's credit, because she knows I'm an absolute knucklehead about everything in life, she comes over to me, running over to me. I go, oh, she's going to whip my ass tonight. She come over to me. By this time, the lady's coming out. Thank you very much. So she's coming out. She plants a big kiss on my face. She goes, good morning, honey. I just wanted to say hello, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. And then she says, my name is Sue. I'm his wife. And leopard bathing suit goes, oh, I'm just here to adjust your husband. And she goes, oh, I think you were adjusting him. What was happening before you got to the dunes? That's what she wanted to know. But getting back just a little bit here, and I talk my way out of that. It's all nonsense because we're just guys. We screw up all the time. And getting back to one other thing before we talked about the GGS again, is that I've noticed, now most guys in this room, you won't admit to it, but you'll see the only time a woman will adjust anything on her person is when she'll take her finger and adjust the bra strap. Am I right, ladies? You do that out in public? Raise your hands if you've ever adjusted. Men, if you have adjusted your bra straps. Okay, guys, too, whatever. Thank you, you've done it. I've seen it. But that sound, now this is a primal sound. When a woman does this, you could be 100 miles. You could be like in New York. The snap of that bra strap on skin, guys go, what? Where? Did I happen to, was there going to be breast involved? Because that's all we're constantly thinking about. When you hear that strap, that means there might be breast coming available. It is. Am I right, guys? Don't bullshit me. Come on. Right? You know that. Joe, tell me about that. Right? Okay, we all do that. I mean, I don't know if your wife's with you, you kind of go, no, I would never do that. I would never look at anyone else's bra strap but yours. That's it. No, so I want you to think about this. Guys, girdles, and stockings. Are there any women with me on this? Raise your hands.
No.
All right, how about the guys? Oh, don't be wimps here. You know you want to raise your hand. There you go. Thank you, my brother.
Fishnets.
Oh, well, that's you and me. Fishnets later. I've seen you in fishnets. You look good. Thank you. But I want to thank you all for coming out tonight. Thank you for having a great time. We got 4 other amazing speakers coming up. Once again, my name is Joe.